of the office of the opposition leader. However, Theuri insisted that the Prime Cabinet Secretary, which he says the holder of the office remains a Cabinet Secretary in the ruling government, so as to avoid ballooned wage bill at the expense of the taxpayer.
With key issues surrounding restructuring of IEBC, the cost of living and observation of the 2/3 gender rule, they invited mincing no words. LSK President Eric Theuri noted that the need to put in place mechanisms to contain electoral injustices, citing Articles 43 and 205 of the Constitution to address the issue of increased levies and taxation, which he asserts cannot spur development, insisting that the disposable income left to common mwananchi has shrunk at the expense of the high taxation.
So one of the things we can look at is it time to amend the Constitution so that the elections are not held at the same time.
Theuri endorsed creation of 2 offices of the opposition leader, however says the Prime Cabinet Secretary office remains a Cabinet Secretary to be appointed by the ruling government to avoid ballooned wage bill at the expense of the taxpayer, with reservations on separating the boundaries role from the commission, which he says there will be conflict of interest.
Again, very legitimate. About 49 or 48% of the country has voted for you, yet you cannot be able or be in a position to dictate or to challenge government policy and build yourself up in terms of your status leadership. That is something that...
Others who appeared before the NADCO included the election observers, ILOG, reiterating for the IEBC to speak in unison unlike in the 2022 general election, with Regina Malombe, the chair of Institute of Certified Public Accounts of the Kenya ICPAK, concurring on the need to amend the process of the hiring IEBC chair to other professionals and not a judicial role as it is currently.
As I believe had we had such a member in the last election, there were issues about particular ratios that would have been sorted promptly and on time. We are also submitting that that commission as it is, its term comes to an end at a particular time, and therefore there is lack of succession planning in that commission, and therefore our submission is that we have staggered appointments.
That the 1/3 rule is implemented fully.
Be a strong function, will never perform its function on audit until it has sufficient technical capacity on audit. The strength of the Auditor General as well, we propose a ring fencing of the budget for the Auditor General so that 0.3% of the budget is also allocated to the Auditor General, not only to post-mortem, because that's what the Auditor General is doing, but also to monitor how resources are spent in this country.
KNCC President Eric Ruto has called on the government to adopt the KNCC bill to help small and medium enterprises create jobs and enable the flourishment of the economy.
Prosperity, and we will see in future, because what usually fuels down the demonstrations is the unemployed youth and lack of livelihood that we have.
Ongoing national dialogues at the Bomas of Kenya, today being an opportunity by the LSK, the elections observers ILOG, and the business community KNCC, whom together have agreed that the restructuring process of the IEBC should have already kicked off. KNCC now says they need to be included in the restructuring process. Eric Theuri, LSK president, now proposes that the judiciary be included or be funded under the consolidated fund. Stanley Lugaria, Look Up TV.